I was getting some questions on your homework from tonight for number 5 in the Go Formative for problems 25 through 29. So I just thought I'd go over it all together and you guys can review this if you guys needed to. It's asking you for the area of triangle ABC. I'm sorry, they're telling you the area of triangle ABC is 132. So you know your area is equal to 132. They're telling you angle C is 90 degrees. CB has the length of x plus 4 and AC is 2x plus 6. They want us to find the value of x. Well, if we recall, the area of your triangle is equal to 1/2 your base times your height. All right, so I know my area is 132, so I'm going to replace my area with 132 and set that equal to 1/2 your base. Your base here is x plus 4, and your height here is 2x plus 6. And I have my 3 numbers here. I'm going to multiply 1/2 times, I'm going to multiply it by this guy here, because these guys are both even numbers. So I'm going to take 132 and set that equal to, my x plus 4 stays there. So I want you to think about this. This is like 3 numbers being multiplied together. This is like saying A times B times C. So when you do this, you're going to take your A times B, and whatever you get, you're going to multiply that by C. You're not going to do A times B and then do A times C again. You're not distributing here. So it's the same idea here. I'm just going to take 1/2, that's one term, x plus 4, that's another term, and 2x plus 6, that's another term. So what I'm doing is I'm basically doing A times C, whatever I get there, then I'm going to multiply that by my B. Okay, so that's what I'm doing here. So 1/2, my x plus 4 is going to stay there. And then 1/2 times 2x plus 6, I'm going to get half of 2x is just x, and half of 6 is going to give me 3. So now I'm going to multiply these guys, and I'm going to get x squared plus 3x plus 4x plus 12. And all of that is equal to 132. Combine like terms. I'm going to get x squared plus 7x, and I'm going to subtract 132. So I'm going to get x squared plus 7x minus 120 is equal to 0. I moved him over because I have to have this guy equal to 0. So now I have to factor this. I need to think about what multiplies to negative 120, but also adds to a positive 7. Well, let's write down all of my factors of 120. So I have 1 times 120. I have 2 times 60, 3 times 40, 4 times 30, 5 times 24, 6 times 20, nothing with 7. I have 8 times 15, nothing with 9, 10 times 12, and nothing with 11, and then I go back again. Okay, so these are all my factors of 120. Out of these, which ones would give me a difference of 7? Because I do have a negative here. A difference of 7 would be this guy right here. So I'm going to use 8 and 15, but I have to figure out which one of these is going to be negative, so that way when I multiply, I get negative 120, but when I add, I get a positive 7. So I want more positives, which means I'm going to have negative 8. So I know that this factor to be x minus 8 times x plus 15, and this is equal to 0. So 2 equations, I'm going to get x minus 8 equals 0 or x plus 15 equals 0, which means x is equal to 8 and x is equal to negative 15. But if I check this, negative 15, if I plug that into over here, I'm going to get negative 15 plus 4, which gives me negative 11. I can't have a negative length, which means negative 15 isn't an answer. I have to be left with x is equal to 8, so I'm not going to use this guy here. So I get x is equal to 8. And then the length of CB, well, I take that 8 and I plug it into here, so 8 plus 4 is going to give me 12. So my CB has a length of 12. And my length of AC, so I'm going to take 2 times 8 plus 6, and that's going to give me 22. The area of MUG, well, I know that these guys are congruent. They told me so earlier, which means I'm going to have the exact same area as this guy right here. So the area of MUG is going to be 132 as well. And now to figure out what my AB is, I want to figure out this guy. Well, I have a right triangle and I want to figure out the missing side of a right triangle. I'm going to use my Pythagorean theorem for this. So I'm going to get my a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared, my hypotenuse squared. Doesn't matter which two are your legs, so I'm going to do 12 squared plus 22 squared, and that's going to be equal to my hypotenuse of AB squared, which is 144 plus 484. That's going to equal my AB squared. 44 plus 144 is 628. That's equal to my, my AB squared. And then to get AB by itself, square root both sides. And the question is telling you to the nearest integer. So in your calculator, you're going to get that AB is approximately 25.